That's why I don't like to talk about it with actors ahead of time. I just like to get into it, record a rehearsal, and then get to where we're going to get to until everyone's happy with the take. And then if you look at first take versus last take, it's night and day. It's two different things. Welcome to Inside the Audition, the podcast where we go behind the scenes for a deep dive look into the world of auditions. I'm Joe Lars Larson, creator of Actors Audition Club, an international community helping actors book your dream roles in TV, film, and theater.
And I'm Brandon Knox, actor, producer, and co-host. Each episode, we chat with actors and industry professionals to share their audition experiences, insights, and advice.
We provide actors with actionable tips, strategies, and resources to help you elevate your auditions.
We demystify the often intimidating and misunderstood world of auditions to help you succeed.
So whether you're just starting out on your acting journey or you're a seasoned pro, join our Actors Audition Club members as we go
Inside the Audition.
Here we are, inside the audition.
Oh,
where is it?
No.
Inside the hello? Hello?
Can you hear me? Is this thing on?
Where am I? You're inside an audition.
Oh,
What?
God. I didn't prepare anything.
I don't know any of my lines. Good to see everyone. Hello, Facebook. Hello, YouTube. It is podcast day, Wednesday to be exact. Wednesday, August 9th. Summer's almost over. It's almost Christmas.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
I mean, we're closer to Christmas than we are away from Christmas. You know what I mean? Like
we're in month 8. So we're 4 months away.
4 months away from Christmas or whatever else you celebrate. But today is episode 151, like the rum. This is the rum episode.
Oh,
151.
Captain Morgan's?
What's that?
Spiced? Is it spiced?
Well, it's 151 proof. That's what it is.
Ooh.
The fancy stuff. I think it's illegal in Canada. I don't know where you get that. I feel like sometimes when you go on vacation down to like Cuba or Mexico or somewhere, they give you that 100. It's basically paint thinner, is what it is.
You smuggle it past customs.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we didn't talk about that ahead of time, so neither of us have rum. I do have a glass of earth juice. This is 100% proof. Oh, you too?
Yep. Oh yeah. Earth juice. Gotta love that earth juice.
Earth juice. I like the name Earth Juice. I also like the name Earth Blood.
Earth blood.
Blood of the earth. Can I get you just a glass of blood of the earth for me, please? He means water. He means water.
He means water.
He's a psycho. He means water. I want some earth blood, please. Yeah.
Okay.
And not the salty kind.
Mm-mm.
The fresh kind.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Well, enough about rum and blood. It's like, were we talking about?
So let's get into the fact that actors need rum and blood to really succeed.
Red rum. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, let's get into it. First of all, we should let everyone know we see you on Facebook. Actually, we don't see you, but we see you. We don't physically see you, but we'll see your comments and we'll see your questions throughout the episode. And what that allows you to do is interact, be a part of the show, and win prizes. If you see that little ticker down here, we have this fancy, dandy thing, technology. Computers aren't all bad. People are complaining about the robot wars and drones taking over the world and AI destroying everything. But there's also some perks. And one of them is a random draw generator to win prizes. So literally everyone who comments during the episode, you're automatically entered into the draw. At the end, we're going to give away a free self-tape audition session. That's a value of up to $89. You can connect via Zoom, or if you're in Toronto, you can come into our Toronto studio, and we will help you shoot and edit your next audition for free on the house. Mm-hmm. Yes. I was going to say au gratin, but that means with cheese. I think gratis means free. But if you want cheese, we can add cheese to that. That's a good upsell.
Ooh.
There should be a button on the website for all you Actors Audition Club people.
Cheese is always a good seller to people. Like,
would you like to add cheese? What?
I think you should consider it.
Yeah, cheese and gravy. We can add cheese and gravy to every audition.
Poutinify the gravy? Or poutinify your audition?
That. Comment in the comments if you want to add cheese and gravy and bacon. Bacon, cheese, and gravy to everything. It's the American way.
We'll wait.
Yeah, we'll wait.
It's the American way.
So make sure, everyone, if you do have questions, we're going to have a great chat about self-tape auditions today. This is what we do inside the audition.
Mm-hmm.
And you will got questions, you got comments, you want to add to the discussion, let us know in the comments. You'll automatically be entered to win that free self-tape session on the house with Actors Audition Club by the end of the episode. So also make sure to share this out with your actor friends. If you're watching us on Facebook, just smash it. There's a little share button, smash it. Maybe get a big hammer, smash it. Show them how to do it, Brandon. Yes. So smash the share. Everyone says smash, but we mean literally. We don't just figuratively mean smash it. Actually smash it. Get a rock. Get something. Here. This is it. Smash it. We'll wait. Yes, we'll wait. While you're smashing that share button, let's talk about the topic today. We'll talk about the topic we're going to get into is all to really explain what we do here at Actors Audition Club. We're going to talk about actor struggles and challenges that people face with their own self-tape auditions, especially before they start working with us here at Actors Audition Club. We put together a little document based on 6 years of running Actors Audition Club and getting feedback from actors and talking to them before they came to us, talking to them after they've come to us, reviewing their case studies and testimonials that they leave on Facebook and on Google reviews for us. And so we got a pretty good idea of the challenges that actors face. And then on top of that, all of us are actors as well. Brandon's an actor, I'm an actor, and all of us in our careers have had problems with self-tape auditions, struggles, and challenges. But we want to help you overcome that, and we want to make you get better. And that's what Actors Audition Club actually does. We help film and TV professionals shoot their stress-free self-tape auditions in less time without tech troubles so that you can hit fast deadlines, so that you can have more fun, and you can submit your best takes every time. So that's what we want to talk about today. So we got a little list here, is just the feelings and emotions that actors have. And how we describe this is if you've had these struggles, you might find yourself in the self-tape spiral of stress. Dun, dun, dun. Have you ever been in the self-tape spiral of stress, Brandon?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's not fun.
Oh, yeah. It's not fun. So this episode, this is maybe we could do this a little like, remember, Jeff Foxworthy, you might be a redneck. You might be a redneck. How's he do? He says the thing first. He's like, if you have more fridges on your lawn than fridges inside your house, you might be a redneck. So
what? You might be struggling with your self-tape auditions if you are
close.
Okay.
You might be in the self-tape spiral of stress.
We're
say the thing first. You don't have to necessarily do it in a redneck accent, unless it feels better. Does it feel better?
It does feel better.
You can say it in any accent you want. You can say
any accent.
A thespian accent.
Ooh.
Yes. I think one of the main emotions, if you're feeling frustration, you might be in the self-tape spiral of stress. What do I mean by frustration? You might be frustrated with your reader, if that's a family member or friend or a neighbor who is an untrained or who's not a trained film, theater, TV professional. You might be disagreeing with that reader. even frustrated with a lack of collaboration with them, not having the same creative goal, not being on the same page with your reader, not having any shared vision or values that the reader has. And all that comes from working with someone who's not a trained professional. Yeah, you can get it done. Yeah, they can read the words, but are they going to be able to add value to your audition? Are they going to help you find new ideas and new thoughts and new beats and new moments in that audition? Probably not. And ask yourself, every amazing movie and TV series and performance that you've ever seen, you've seen those with professional actors and a professional crew. So if you want to be at that level, why would it make sense that you would get there by doing it with untrained, unprofessional people? Just doesn't make sense that your Uncle Bob is going to be the guy that's going to land you that lead role. So frustration is one of the biggest things. When have you most felt frustrated, Brandon, with your auditions?
I felt most frustrated when I had readers that just weren't taking it seriously, or would start doing funny voices during a take, or they would change up like certain things, so there would be a really long pause and then it'd be really fast, and then it was just, there was no consistency to it. They were just screwing around and having fun, which is fine, but like this is a dream of mine. This is something I'm working at, and like this is a job.
And the stakes are huge too. Yeah. One audition can change your life. That can change not only your life, the life of your family members and friends around you. So it's huge. But then you got to ask yourself, well, why would they take it seriously? It's not their thing. You know what I mean? They're not. If you're using a friend, a neighbor, someone who isn't a trained actor or a trained casting professional, and someone who hasn't worked in the industry and doesn't know how to break down a script and break down a scene, isn't able to, of course, it's not about the reader, but if you listen or watch tape and the reader is also an actor and there's some chemistry and there's some pace to it, versus listening to your grandpa labor through it while he's wheezing. No offense to grandpas out there. I love grandpas. But if your grandpa is not a trained TV and film professional, then why are you thinking that working with him is going to be the ticket to your best audition ever? So that's great. Work with professionals is really the lesson there, and a lot of that frustration will go away. What's next on the list there? What's another feeling that actors run into?
In the stress spiral,
the self-tape spiral of stress, triple S.
I'm never going to remember that. Loneliness.
Oh, that's
the feeling of like I have to do this all by myself. I have to figure out how all of this will be able to work logistically. I have to move stuff around. I have to change up the entire outlook of my apartment just to make sure that I'm accommodating and no one's distracted while watching my tape. I have to readjust lights, and no one can understand me, and I can't help but ask. I can't ask for help and let them know, let like friends know, or like people that I trust know that I'm struggling with this, because it's such a hassle, and it's so stress inducing that I'm in the self-tape spiral of stress.
There you are. Dun dun dun. We need an ominous sound effect for that. It can be a very lone wolf career, especially when you're not actively on a show, or if you're not actively like part of a conservatory or a repertoire, a theater repertoire, or when people come out of theater school or film school and you're real tight knit, you got a community, you got your peers, and then you're thrown out into the world as this lone wolf where there's no set path to success and you're just trying to figure it out yourself. But as they say, how's it go? If you want to go somewhere fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. So find that community, find those people that you can rely on, who are also professionals, who understand what you're going through, who know how the audition process works, so that you can have people to rely on and people to celebrate with, people to share struggles, but also to share your wins with. I think that's really huge. If you're So far, we got frustration and loneliness. If any in your head, you're like, ding, 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 ding. Yeah, that sounds like me. You might be in the
Self-tape spiral of stress.
dun,
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 dun.
dun.
I love it. What else might be happening? Maybe your auditions are taking all afternoon. You're taking 3 or 4 hours to shoot them because you got to rearrange your house, because you're doing 1,000 takes, and maybe your reader, because they're just your neighbor or your nephew, they're just botching a bunch of takes. So if it's taking you 3-4 hours or a whole day, and that's where some of that frustration is coming, like if you get your breakdown from your agent, and instead of just being like, oh yeah, I'm going to sink my teeth in this, can't wait to audition for this, can't wait to submit my takes. If you're thinking, oh my God, where am I going to do this? When am I going to do this? Oh no, I need a whole day to do this. This is going to be a nightmare. There goes Saturday. Or if I'll pair this one, if you're taking more than a day to find your reader, some of that is the stress where you're like, okay, I know where I'm going to shoot this, but who am I going to get to do it with me? And if you're asking friends and family members, sometimes they're saying yes and then flaking out because something more important in their lives came up, especially if you're just asking them to do it as a favor. Like if you're not actually like paying them to do it, then something paid comes up for them that they choose instead of working with you, their own job, or maybe their own auditions if they're an actor, where you're asking 3 or more people and getting declines, or you're getting maybes. So you spend the first 72 hours stressing out about who is going to help you with it, rather than spending that time jumping into the text and doing your text analysis and script analysis and actually starting to rehearse with them. You mentioned that was a big one for you back in the day, Brandon.
The asking different people, or not?
Yeah, like not spending so much time just trying to find someone rather than spending time working on the audition and preparing for it.
Because you'd go from one friend to the other, and like they all have different schedules, and like if it doesn't match up with yours, and like it's like you can only do it the Friday after the deadline, then you're kind of left out in the lurch. Like there's no other options.
Yeah, you're left out in the lurch, aka the self-tape spiral of stress. That's perfect. That's amazing. That's like the exact. Okay, let's do it. I love it. You want to do the next one there? What else? What else are people thinking? If you just tuned in, we're talking about the self-tape spiral of stress, all the struggles, challenges, frustrations, all the emotions that actors may have in dealing with their own self-tape auditions. And a little later, after we talk about all the problems and challenges, we're going to switch to solutions, because I got a big belief. Don't talk about problems without also talking about solutions.
So the next one on this list, I'm just skipping a little bit, is I don't have a proper home studio. I have bad lighting or no lighting or only natural lighting. And I have noisy neighbors, and there's construction outside, which is a lot of what members that we have. That's partially why they come to us for a lot of their auditions, is because they have either very noisy neighbors or they have constant construction happening outside that just keeps blowing their takes. And like not having proper lighting, when you're reading a commercial audition, they're outlining all these different things that you need to do. And I'm dumbfounded sometimes that people aren't looking for proper lighting, or not finding the proper lighting, or like having a very busy background. And like, what are you doing? Like, stop, go close to it, like face a window, and that can be your natural light. If you have nothing else, at least use that. Right. And don't do it with a curtain in the background where you have light poking through. That's just going to create shadow. Like these are just lighting tips 101.
Right.
And like we're 3 years into this. Like we're 3 years into like the self-tape era, and I don't understand how people are not doing this stuff.
Yeah, you can't. Well, I understand, because they're able to still use it as an excuse. But you don't want to have that as an excuse. You got to decide, are you a professional? And then you need to decide, okay, how do professionals operate? And they operate professionally. So you need to have great lighting. You need to have great sound. You need to have a neutral background. And it's got to look like a professional actor. So if you are like, even you look at my background right here, we're doing a podcast. So I'm just in an office and there's papers all around here. You can tell you can tell the age of the people here. I'm in my dad's office. This is a giant thing
CD?
of CDs.
Nice.
Yeah, this is all like Columbia House from the 90s and 2000s right here. But you can't use that as an excuse. And you can say the fact that, oh, I'm being asked to do a lot by casting, because the shift from going into a casting house to doing it on your own, the onus and a lot of the burden is put on the actors. But then you just got to decide, okay, how bad do you want it? Do you want to just complain for 5 years that, oh, they expect me to have all this tech stuff worked out, or decide, hey, that's what I really want, and make the decision that you're going to change it, make the decision that you're going to up-level your home studio or invest in a professional studio. And it really doesn't take much. Like, I think everyone on this call, if you were to spend an hour looking at your home setup and then just realize, okay, what could I up-level? I could pick up an extra light. Maybe I could grab a backdrop. Maybe I could put some sound insulation panels in a room to make it sound less echoey. Whatever it might be, but make that commitment to yourself rather than just deciding like, oh, woe is me, it's hard, and I don't know what they expect. And same thing with Zoom auditions. If you haven't figured out Zoom, then, and I think it's a self-sabotage thing that people just, they leave this thing that they think is out of their control, and they shrug their shoulders and say, I can't, it's too hard, it's too much. Oh, woe is me. These are, God, I hate Zoom auditions, and self-tapes are hard. And then meanwhile, you're missing opportunity after opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. And eventually you're wondering, am I cut out to be an actor? Is this ever going to work for me? When if you had just committed and decided, hey, I'm going to do everything in my power to control everything that I possibly can to the best of my ability right now. And we're not saying invest thousands of dollars. Some people are like, oh, that means I got to spend $5,000 to make a home studio. It's no, go on eBay, go on Kijiji, go on Craigslist, or go directly to Amazon.
Yeah. This mic that I've been using for like, I think about 2 to 3 years now, cost me $50.
Right.
And it still works great. It plugs into my computer. It works well on Zoom. It works well on StreamYard. It works well on almost any platform. And it cuts out most of the background noise.
And some people might be saying, oh, I can't spend money on my acting career because right now I'm not making money on my acting career. And it's backwards. Yeah. You need to be thinking instead, when you book it, because you've had a more professional audition and a better performance and a stronger submission, how much money are you going to earn when you book it? Or the reverse is, how much are you actually leaving on the table? So for a small investment, when you book something, pretty much it's like you're getting paid $500, $1,000, $2,000 a day, maybe even more, depending on the project. So that investment comes back very, very quickly. And it's that analogy or the metaphor of you need to put fuel into a furnace to create the heat first. So yeah, you want that fireplace to work. Well, you wouldn't be like, well, this fireplace needs to produce some heat, and then I'm going to put some wood in it or oil in it or whatever the fuel is. Same analogy. If it was a train, you need to put coal or fuel in it or anything. It's like there needs to be an input to get the output first, rather than everyone sitting back thinking, oh, give me what I'm entitled to, and then I will see if maybe I want to invest in yourself. Like, and one of the biggest investments you can ever make is in yourself, in your home setup, in your training, in your professionalism. Like, we always talk about training, especially too, but invest in yourself, and you're going to see a return, rather than thinking, oh no, and having the scarcity mentality of like, I can't spend any money on this. It's, yeah, you don't need to spend millions, but you should
do
spend
need to
as much as you
something.
can. If this is something that you're serious about, if you're an actor who you're happy being a community theater actor and you're not really doing this to make money because you have another financial situation taken care of, or you have a job that pays all your bills and you're an actor to be expressive and to have fun and enjoy yourself, that's amazing. But if you want to do this professionally and make this your livelihood, then you got to up level your professionalism and make some investments in your training and in your equipment. In COVID, that was one of the biggest thing I did. I spent thousands of dollars. I didn't need to spend thousands, but I wanted to because I had the money at that time. So back at the studio, I invested in all kinds of equipment. I got a new laptop. We got a new camera. I got professional microphones, which me being on the road right now, I'm not using, but I stocked up the studio with that because I was like, well, how can I want to be a professional, but I'm not using any of the things that professionals use? And again, you don't need too much. Like most cameras, if you're thinking cameras, the camera in your phone is incredible. So that could be your phone or your camera. So there's ways to do this. What else we got here?
And I just wanted to put out a feeler just in case. If anyone wants us to do like a Zoom checklist, like pre-Zoom audition checklist walkthrough, let us know in the comments, because I think both of us can definitely help people with that. We both have our own sorts of checklists that we go through for every audition, and especially for in Zoom callback auditions. And I think that's vitally important for everyone. So if that's something that you would like, let us know in the comments below, and we'll be happy to do that in a later podcast or in a separate video that if you want to hop on the membership, you can easily watch.
Yeah, like a Zoom, like a home studio audit / makeover. We can say, like, if you're not sure and you're like, is my lighting good, or is this background okay, or how does this sound? Because I am a big believer that everyone should have their own home studio. The reason that we have one at our studio in Toronto, or the reason I have a studio in Toronto, is as an actor, long before Actors Audition Club for other actors, I realized that I can't spend half a day jimmy rigging, moving furniture around and stacking books in boxes. I know that I'm speaking to people that are still doing that, where you're on your dining room table is boxes and books, and then you're taking a weird lamp and bending it over and trying to figure it all out. Just take the time once and for all to up level it. And I'm a big believer in this. To help your time is it's really got to be a setup that doesn't need to be set up every time. And really what that is removing the friction between you taping a self-tape. Same as if you were to go to, if you want to go to the gym and you're out of the habit of the gym, well, a thing to remove the friction is A, get a membership, B, get a membership to somewhere that's close to you, C, when you go to bed, have your running shoes and your gym bag ready to rock and your water bottle ready to rock, so that there's not all these hard steps in between. And the flip side would be is every time you wake up to go to the gym, you got to find your gym shoes, you got to find your gym clothes, you got to go buy a water bottle, you got to drive 3 hours to another city to go to that gym. Like, that's a lot of friction. So what's the likelihood you're going to work out on a daily basis? Same thing with your setup. Like, what I mean is, as easy as walking in and going, boom, you just flick on the lights. Like, that's and you press record on the camera, like that kind of setup. And you if you have a spouse or family, kids, you got to talk to them. And maybe there's a den, maybe there's a corner of your living room, maybe it's something in the basement, maybe it's a spare room upstairs. You got to negotiate that, and you got to fight for that too. If your spouse, one time when you ask them, is, no, I don't want to mess up the living room, well, then you got to ask them, like, how supportive are you are they of you? It's like, if this is your dream career and this is what you want to do, and they won't even get on board with the minimum thing to up level and improve your auditions, then you got an issue there that you got to figure out.
Well, I think it's something that you just need to have a kit or something where you can easily fold something out and then fold it back in. Like,
Yeah.
and that's as simple as that. And like, it has its own sort of device that helps it stand up. So that way you have a clear background and you have what looks like a very good studio setup. It doesn't
Right.
like,
yeah, worst case, something that you can quickly set up and quickly fold away.
That you don't need to move
option,
a lot of things around. You just have to move that one thing, and that's it, and fold it back up, and then put it away somewhere.
And the best option is you don't have to fold it and open it up, and it's just there. So it's like, if absolutely,
yes, that is
you're
the
like,
ultimate best option. But like, if push comes to shove and that's what you need, that's okay.
Professional and fast to set up. So, and on top of that, you also have a mini setup for when you're on the road, because every actor knows, when do you get auditions? The second you decide to go on a vacation, sometimes when you're on set. So you need some kind of mobile setup so that you know when you are on vacation, if you get something last minute, you can connect with someone via Zoom. You can do it in your hotel room and get it done and not stress about it. And then what that will relieve you of is the competing factions of family time and a personal life with your acting career, rather than thinking, oh, great, I go on family vacation. It's going to be great with my family vacation, but then I miss out on the opportunity of a lifetime, or they're all mad at me because I'm not able to go on vacation because I got to go back, or I got to leave vacation early to go do this thing. Like, just make that a part of your life, so that you travel with you got a little tripod, or you travel with a little ring light, or a little laptop stand. Just something so you know in the back of your head, when a big opportunity of a lifetime comes up, you're not going to have the excuse of, oh, I wasn't able to audition for it. I wasn't able to even submit because I didn't have any of the gear. Unless you're happy with missing those opportunities. And if you're happy with missing those opportunities, then keep doing it however you're doing it, and don't worry about any of this. What's next on our list here?
So next on our self-tape spiral of stress,
missing deadlines or putting them off, I think is a good indication. Like, we already talked about getting the audition notice and feeling that like dread of like, oh crap, when am I going to do this, versus feeling pumped and excited. So if you initially have feelings of procrastination, like you get it on a Wednesday and you haven't even really figured out how you're going to do it till Saturday night or Sunday, and it's due Monday. So putting them off to the last minute is a really good indication that you're in the self-tape spiral of stress. Missing deadlines, being late for deadlines, declining because you can't make a deadline, or, as I just mentioned, straight up missing out on an audition opportunity because you're traveling, or you're at work, or you're on a vacation. Those are all huge. And if any of those are happening to you, you're probably in the self-tape spiral of stress. Love it. What's next? I jumped ahead, Brandon. Your turn. What do you see?
Oh, that's okay. I'm looking at frustrated due to having an informed or not having an informed professional feedback / coaching, which it's just more fun working on a self-tape with other actors. That's really what it comes down to, because you're bouncing ideas off. They're constructive ideas. If you're working with a fellow actor, they know how to break down a script. Usually, if you're working with another professional actor, they've had similar training to yours, so they're able to really speak your language. And like, you want to be able to break these things down, because a lot of people get hung up on not knowing the words, or I need to do this at a certain time. And knowing that you're able to throw those things away, not worry about the fact that there's stairs in the script that you need to be walking down, or like how you need to be sitting down at this moment and then get up at this moment. Like, you can cut all of that stuff out and you can throw that all away, because self-tapes and auditions are different than when you're filming on set. And understanding those differences, those subtle differences, will really help you down the line and with every audition that you decide to take. Who is it that's on in a Henrik Ibsen show right now, who's friends with Oscar Isaac? Jessica Chastain. Jessica Chastain is famous for blackening all of the stage directions that she doesn't want to keep. So if it's like, I cry at this moment, she blacks that out. So that way she's not looking at it when she's working on the script. And I think that's something that every actor should adapt into their work, so that they are not looking at that kind of stuff, because it just gets you in your head. And you don't want to be in your head. You want to be using the full facility of your body.
Love it. So feeling uncertain about your performance or the effectiveness of it, like, you're not going to ask your neighbor or your friend or your untrained, like, if your wife or husband is not an actor, then why are you asking them for feedback? And then also you need to ask, are you getting feedback as an actor, or are you getting feedback as a spouse? And you guys know what I'm talking about if you've ever done one with a spouse. If your spouse is a trained actor, amazing. And also it doesn't affect your relationship to work together. Like if you're that isn't stressful for you, and sometimes it is, even if you're both trained, because maybe you have different outlooks on a scene, and maybe you like to separate your relationship from your professional world and have fun as a couple, and then go off and work professionally individually. Then that's another reason maybe to find someone else. But if they're not trained, then it's like, what feedback are you getting? How is it going to be helpful? Is it helpful, really? Are you going to get an actionable direction that makes sense based on storytelling and based on scene study that is helpful, versus when you're working with an actor? Let's go through a few more of these here. This is a good one. Feeling like you're a burden on your family and friends. You might be feeling like, yeah, they're actually great, but I got to always bug them for this. They're not pumped to do it because this is not their thing. This is my thing. Feeling like they're having to take time out of their day or their work or their leisure time to come work on your stuff. Lack of focus. Feeling like you're never going to seize a big opportunity. Like, you see enough of these opportunities pass you by where you don't submit your best, or maybe you don't submit at all. Sooner or later, you're going to start wondering, am I really cut out for this? Is this acting thing really meant for me, or should I just hang up my hat and get a real job? Feeling like you're never going to make it, feeling like you're stuck, or the feeling of, oh, I just need more time. If only they gave me more time. You don't have time. You have the time that they gave you, the time your email came to your inbox, and the time that the audition deadline is there. That's the time that you have. So you need to figure out how to use the most of that time, or how to most effectively use the time that you have, rather than complain about, oh, if they just gave me more time, I knew this is the perfect role for me. It's just so much text. I need more time. Everyone's got the same amount of time. So just use it more effectively by having a professional home setup, by working with professionals, and then don't worry about getting more time. You can actually see yourself as the problem solver, and as the guy that doesn't need extra time. You can get last minute, turn it around real quick because you've gotten used to doing it. See any more on there, Brandon, that you want to share?
Feeling like my best performance is never shown. And like you're not capturing what you need to on the day. Right. And that can be because you're holding too many hats, or you're doing too many things, and sometimes it's good to just not be in control as much. Just be like, okay, I know what I can control. I know what I need to do. And I'm going to go book a session with Actors Audition Club, and they're going to get it done for me. Or I'm going to get this done on this day with this reader at this time, and they are there to play with me because of I helped them last time, or they also have an audition, so I'm going to help them with. They're going to help me with mine, and I'm going to help them with theirs. If there's a give and take there, then usually it's going to be a pretty good time.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. So those are some of the frustrations and feelings. If any of this is resonating with you, and I've gone through this at different times in my career, that one is a big one of feeling that you have more inside you and the best of you has not been shown and expressed. That's maddening. That shit will haunt you on your deathbed. So you really got to get to the point where you're putting in you're raising the bar for yourself and your prep and your preparation and your rehearsal, in your tech setup, in who you're working with, and just raise that bar so that you can actually say at the end of an audition, I think that's the best I've ever been. And best is subjective, and best is going to depend on the scene and the role and your personal energy at that time. So best isn't really even the best word. But you want to walk away from it feeling great about it and feeling like, hey, that's an excellent representation of my work, and pick me or don't pick me, cast me or don't cast me, but that's my best. And the opposite of feeling like, oh shit, like that was okay, but if I had another week to prepare it, then maybe they would have seen me. Like you gotta, as an artist, doesn't matter what art it is, you got to get to the point where you're putting out what you believe is maximum you, and you're playing at a top level, and then not really caring about what other people are thinking and whether they like it or not. You got to seek your own approval based on what you're putting out there. And if you're second guessing yourself and always feeling like, oh, there's another one that was okay, but fingers crossed, like, you don't want that. You want to be like, I fucking rock that. Cast me or don't cast me, but that's as good as you're going to get from me right now. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let's skip ahead. Those are the problems, and those are the emotions and issues and challenges. But what we've done here at Actors Audition Club is we've really relieved all of those issues for our members. And we're running a promotion right now still for 2 more days where you can join for $1. You'll get a 30-day membership just for $1, and you can go claim that at laughingvikings.com/AAC and get enrolled before midnight, August 10th, Eastern time. And what we're going to do on top of that, this is ridiculous. This is actually legit ridiculous. In addition to having access to everything in the membership for 30 days, we're going to give you your first session free. So it's $1. So you got a self-tape audition coming up the next 30 days. Probably if you're a professional actor, you're ideally getting more than one a month. But if you're just getting one in the next 30 days, you can join with us for $1. I'm going to throw in your first session for free. And after 30 days, you continue the membership for $47 a month, or you can flip to annual, which is $397 annually. If you do the annual option, that actually saves you about 3 months. And all of that to shift you from that self-tape spiral of stress and feeling like that unseen actor and feeling like that person who's just not getting your best out there, and starting to, worst case scenario, develop those feelings of, am I cut out for this? Am I really going to keep pursuing this, or am I just going to give up this pipe dream? Mm-hmm. So let's talk more about the outcomes that you want from your auditions and the outcomes that we're able to provide and help our members find in their new audition processes with Actors Audition Club. The first thing is just being more time efficient, not spending, like, again, it's this weird dilemma of, like, I don't want to say don't spend. I'm a believer the deeper that you work on something, the better results you're going to get. But you also have a life and you have a family, and maybe you have other work that you're doing. So you can't spend every waking hour working on auditions. So it's about how to be efficient, but your actual session of, like, the time that you spent filming it, not talking about your prep and your rehearsal, is getting that down to an hour or less. You think of back when we used to go in person, you'd walk in, you'd be in the room for 5 minutes, 1 take, 2 takes, boom, you're out, you go home. So let all your prep lead up to your actual recording session, so that your recording session is more efficient. And our sessions, we're spending at maximum 40 to 45 minutes on camera, and then we leave some time for editing and file transfer. But all that prep should be to serve a really efficient shoot. So by the time you're about to turn the camera on and someone says action, you know what you're going to do. And yeah, we'll give you some adjustments, but really you're in the zone by that point. So saving time for yourself, and in that time, only focusing on your performance, not having to worry about lights and your backdrop and camera and all the external factors, just really being able to worry about you, your words, your body, your actions, and how you're actually coming across on camera.
The thing that's jumping out to me right now is having a safe, creative, collaborative environment. Right. And I think that's so important for actors, especially if you're doing self-tape auditions. You want to be able to play. You want to be able to take risks. And that comes from having a safe and collaborative environment. That's what we really strive to do here at Actors Audition Club. We really want you to come in and have the best time and just have a very freeing time, because that's what we love. That's what we want. Both Lars and I in our auditions strive to do that. And we strive to make it as fun as possible and make it as lively as possible. And it's a very fun time, especially when we're working together on auditions, because we're just bouncing ideas back and forth. We're like, well, let's try this. And have you seen this moment? What does this moment mean to you? And and that's really what gets things going. And like when it starts really relating to you and your past experiences, and I was helping an actor on the weekend, and we were talking about how my mother and like subsequent mothers always have that look of like, you fucked up. You don't do that again. Exactly. And like, it's always just this subtle thing that like we all know, and it's pretty universally acknowledged that mothers have this look that's like, don't do that again. And it's silent, but it's there. And we used that for one of her tapes, and it worked really well. She really just nailed this moment, and it really added to the final moments of her tape, because it just made us go, oh, wow, she's communicating without saying anything. And that's always very exciting.
Right. Yeah. And obviously, like, no coach or self-tape service can guarantee that they're going to help you book the job, because that's not something that any of us have control over. But what I can guarantee is all of our session directors, your audition will be better than it was if you didn't work with us. Mm-hmm. Because we first of all, we've done hundreds and thousands of them, so we've seen every scenario and all kinds of different scenes, and we've done them enough to be able to help other people, and we've done enough of our own. But it's just the idea of like outside eyes, or 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2, 1 + 1 equals 3 creatively. If you put creative minds together, versus working with someone who isn't a trained creative in the field that you're auditioning in, then we're going to help you get to another level. And I can 1,000% say that. And not in multiple ways, like there'll be multiple beats and things, whether it's visual architecture, whether it's something vocally, whether it's an action or a beat, or just a moment in there, something that you haven't thought of. And that's really like when I'm looking at a scene and I'm reading and helping someone, I'm like, where can I tweak this? And we overlay the 15 guideposts that we've been trained on, and be like, well, where can we make this little improvement and that little improvement and this little improvement? And the overall thing is, if an actor comes in and their performance is here, we're able to confidently help them improve it and keep getting it better and better, so that they walk out thinking, man, you saw stuff that I didn't see. You had ideas that I didn't think of. And really what it comes down to is possibilities. That's all it is. It's like, I always say to people, I'll give you feedback and I'll give you ideas, take them or leave them. This is your performance. So we also want to build people's own confidence in themselves, because you really want to get to the point where you don't really need that external guidance and direction and coaching, so that it's icing on the cake, or it's the cherry on top.
Yeah.
But I always tell people, you take it or leave it. This is your performance. And what I'm working on identifying with them is just possibilities. Oh, there's a possibility here. There's a possibility there. What if you did this? What if you did that? What if this moment was this instead of that? What if you did an opposite? What if you put in a little voice for some gameplay and role play? What about a little moment before here? What about adding a little improv button? All those little things, just quick, boom. And then 15 minutes later, the performance doesn't even really look like the first take at all. That's one of my favorite things, is comparing first take. That's why I don't like to talk about it with actors ahead of time. I just like to get into it, record a rehearsal, and then get to where we're going to get to until everyone's happy with the take. And then if you look at first take versus last take, it's night and day. It's two different things. Mm-hmm. What else do people want, or what do we help people? I really love the idea of just not worrying or stressing that your reader is going to show up.
Yeah.
I think that's something that everyone has dealt with, where you're getting ready to shoot it, and then you're looking at the clock being, are they going to show? And then you're getting a message, oh, stuck in traffic, on my way. Can we reschedule? All that kind of stuff, versus you book a professional service, you're hiring us to show up at that time. And we do a great job. And I've always been a big believer in this, making sure that we're a little early, just as you would be early to a call time. If your call time's 11, then you should be showing up probably 10:45 at the latest, so that no one else is stressing out on set about, like, where's this guy? Is he going to show? Is he not going to show? And for us, so the actors aren't thinking, is Brandon going to be here? Is he going to show up? And occasionally things happen, but we're in great communication. If we're ever in traffic or anything like that, the actor knows, and we're making accommodations for that. And we're also very flexible for that stuff on our side. We know that things come up, and actors are able to reschedule online through our booking system, which makes it real easy too. What else is on this list here, Brandon?
We got... Scroll back up to me. Fast turnarounds. We talked a little bit about this during problems. But like, if you get one of those last minute auditions that you have to turn around within a day or 2 days, I had a couple of those auditions, I think 2 weeks ago, where I had 2 auditions that needed to be done within 2 days of each other. And I immediately just booked with you, Lars, and we got it done relatively quickly. They were fairly short scenes, but like, we got it done very quickly, and we found a lot of really great ideas. We did 2 takes for each of those tapes, and we submitted away. Right. And like, that's the important thing, is like, you're not worrying about like, oh God, I have to turn this around in a day or 2 days. When am I going to have to work on this? Who's going to read it with me? How am I going to set this up? Oh, do I want to do this? Do I want to do that? Do I want to do that? I don't know. All these things are starting to really affect me right now. I'm just going to put it off.
Right. Yeah. And again, what that comes down to is just having peace of mind. You were never stressed out about that. You never, like, you got it and you were excited, which is what you should be. You get it. Yeah. You have an audition opportunity, which is an opportunity to perform, an opportunity to create your own performance and submit it for the powers that be to take a look at, and an opportunity to play and use your craft, and to assume the role of a new character and find things within yourself that maybe you didn't uncover, and be able to express them as that character, all stress-free, and with the peace of mind of knowing that you're going to get it done, and with the confidence of knowing that you can get it done. So your agent gives you something last minute, like, oh, this is a rush casting. Yeah. Can you turn this around? Instead of being like, oh, God, what, only give me more time. If I only had more time, being like, yeah, no, that's no problem. When you need it, I can get it to you in a couple hours. How about by the end of the afternoon? Like, That's totally doable. So yeah, and what are the final results to all this? It's like, if you've by the numbers, again, we can't guarantee that we're gonna be like, yeah, come shoot with us and we got the magic bullet, the golden touch. You're gonna book it for sure. We've helped tons of actors book projects in TV, film, commercials, theater, video games, across the board, voiceovers. So we do have a great track record of bookings. But what can we help you with? We can help you, first of all, decrease all the stress so that it doesn't suck for you, because chances are most of us as human beings, we don't like to do things that suck and feel bad and feel heavy and feel are full of frustration. So sooner or later, you're going to stop auditioning, or you're going to quit being an actor because it's not going to be fun for you. And also just helping you with, it's partly feelings, but it's if the quality of your auditions is increasing over time, then mathematically, if you're doing more auditions of higher quality or of what you feel is reaching your best potential, or expressing your full talent, which is your choices and your craft, then over time, yeah, you're going to book more. It's just you're taking more shots and you're making better shots. Yes. So are they all going to sink and score and be the winning shot? No. But your shooting percentage is going to continually increase over time. I gave you a little basketball metaphor there, Brendan. I know you like that.
Thank
one.
you. Thank you.
And again, a lot of it is the feelings. How are you going to feel after that? You're going to start feeling satisfied and proud of your performances and proud of your results, proud of your auditions, feeling like, hey, that was actually fun and uplifting and light and easy. And hey, that kind of reminded me of why I enjoy being an actor in the first place, which a lot of times if you're doing auditions the stressful way, in the self-tape spiral of stress, you're not going to be feeling any of that. And no wonder when you quit, because it's like, well, this is all heavy and hard and stressful. So, but it doesn't have to be, is what we're posing to you. And ultimately feeling ready for what? Feeling ready to seize those opportunities when they come down the pipeline, where it's like, give me this stuff. I like, agent, give me that email, or the level up to just waiting for auditions is seeking auditions. When you're so confident in your audition process that you're on all the online forums, you're subscribing to all those casting sites, you're seeking out production companies and you're seeking out theater companies, knowing that, like, give me that opportunity. I know I'm going to be able to seize it, or I at least know I'm going to be able to show what I believe is great work for me right now in this moment. And if you're not seeking those opportunities, maybe you're not seeking them because you're not confident in your ability to deliver the goods come audition time, whether it's in person or Zoom or self-tape. You got to feel that confidence if you're going to go out and get those auditions. Yeah.
And that really shows a confidence in yourself when you're the one that's really being proactive about your career and really saying, I'm worth this, right? Because you're the one that's submitting to different places. I know for me, I've talked to you a little bit about this, Lars, is I'm working on a 90-day plan right now that I want to audition for Shaw, I want to audition for Stratford, and I want to audition for Soulpepper. And these are the three companies in the greater Ontario area that I have been interested in auditioning for. I've auditioned for Stratford a couple times, but I haven't ever booked with them. And I'm working on getting myself ready for those auditions because I know I'm worth it. I know I'm ready for it. And I just need to take the next step in my career and really be proactive about doing that. And I'm going to be booking sessions with Lars coming up to work on my monologues, to work on all different types of scenes and other things. I've signed up for a class with Shakespeare Bashed. They're doing a online Zoom class going through and like a rehearsal table read kind of period of Richard II, a play that I
Cool.
have not really studied, but it's going to be on Zoom for 6 weeks. It's $75 to $100 for the 6-week class. I highly recommend learning from them. They're great people. We had them on the podcast to talk about Shakespeare, and they were both incredibly informative. They're both very well versed. They work incredibly hard and are very passionate about Shakespeare and about his work. And so I highly recommend looking that up and just furthering your own growth. The thing that I have always really struggled with is really voicing my opinions and saying what it is I'm feeling in that moment, and like scared that I'm going to not say the right thing. And like, it's okay not to say the right thing as long as you're still learning from that experience. And that's something I continuously work on in myself, and something that I'm sure that a lot of actors that are hearing this for the first time are working on themselves to do, because they're scared of taking that next step. And it's important that you do that. It's important that you identify what you need to work on so that you can work on it, so that you're better down the line.
Love it.
Yeah.
Send me that link for that Shakespeare Bash. I'd be interested in that too.
Totally.
So we're gonna start wrapping things up here. I just threw the link in there. So we've talked about the issues that you may be having and the challenges that you're having with your self-tape auditions. And if you feel like, oh crap, I think I am in that self-tape spiral of stress, well, we've got a little solution. We're going to throw you a little lifesaver, a little raft here. We'll pull you in. You can join Actors Audition Club today for just $1. You'll get access to everything for 30 days, all the member rates, any of our extra training, workshop videos, our online community. And we can help you with your self-tape auditions at the membership rates. But also, we're giving an extra bonus. So this is a little added incentive. When you join for $1, as long as you do it before midnight tomorrow, August 10th, Thursday, August 10th, Eastern time, we're going to throw in your first audition session for free. So right away, you join for $1, you can, we'll give you a promo code where you can book your first session with us via Zoom or in our studio, and we will help you escape that self-tape spiral of stress. And just a couple more things here is we talked a lot about the feelings, but specific mistakes that you might be making in your audition setup, just to review some of those, is really relying on an untrained family member, spouse, friend as the reader, or thinking that you're saving money by using family members and spouses. I don't think you're saving money. You need to, what about the other perspective is, what is it costing you? If you're falling flat or short on that audition, did you just miss out on the opportunity of a lifetime that was going to pay you 5 figures, 6 figures, 7 figures eventually? And we talked about the bad technical setup, not having a professional setup, where the second that the casting director and the production sees your tape, they're like, oh, this is an amateur, unprofessional person who doesn't really seem to care about this job. Missing deadlines, being late for deadlines, declining auditions because you don't have enough time to get the deadlines, procrastinating and just not prepping. So you get it on a Wednesday and you're not doing anything till Sunday night. That's a huge mistake, and it's self-sabotage is what you're doing. Also, I think underestimating the amount of time needed to prepare, or it's not really related to time. I think it's more about how deeply do you need to prepare to turn around a great performance, and not investing in yourself and or doing as little as possible. There's not too many things in life where you get amazing rewards for doing the least. So you got to figure out how to, and again, I don't think it's not about necessarily outworking or spending every hour or burning the candle at both ends. It's just being more effective, working in a more aligned manner, and a more, maybe you might hear it, working smart. I think working more aligned is a good way to do things too, rather than work hard, play hard kind of thing. No, I think it's you got to find a system that works for you, work deeply, and do your best every time. rather than trying to be like, what are all the shortcuts I can possibly take to do the least?
Yeah.
It's not a good life strategy. Yeah. So reminder, you can still get in. You throw a comment. Let us know what city you're watching from. If you have any audition questions right now about self-tape auditions, for those of you watching live, you can throw them in the comments. Everyone who does comment and interact during a live show is going to be entered into a draw at the end of this episode, where you can win a free self-tape coaching session with one of our session directors here at Actors Audition Club. Or you can just skip right ahead and go to laughingvikings.com/AAC and get enrolled for just $1 for 30 days. And included in that $1 is a free session. So you can actually really get potentially 2 free sessions today. You can comment and ask a question, interact, and you can join the membership, and both of those will get you your free session. Do we have any entrants so far? I haven't been paying attention.
Nope. We only have your 4 comments.
All right. Well, we won't need to. We maybe won't need to do that draw then. Any final thoughts for people on the fence about getting enrolled in Actors Audition Club?
Come play. Have fun with your auditions, and just enjoy the collaborative atmosphere. We do our best to make sure that it's an incredibly positive, uplifting hour, and that's what we've really strived to do. That's something I'm really conscious of, and we do our best to laugh a lot. And Lars comes in as the laugh police,
Fun police. I like
police.
I like to knock on the, if Brandon's running a session, I'll knock on there. Hey, sounds like you guys are having fun. Fun police. This isn't supposed to be fun. Back to work.
But like we have a lot of fun, and we do our best to give you advice that we feel is prominent to the story, even if it's not nice. Yeah, Marco.
Marco, one of our recent members here.
Even if it's not something that we may do in our own tapes, we'll still throw it out there for you so that you can either take it or leave it. And ultimately, what it comes down to is what you want for your session. And we really do take all auditions that we have at Actors Audition Club as seriously as if it's our own audition.
100%. Yeah, we want to make sure, we want to help you be happy with your performance. And again, some of the feelings, like if you're just to end off on some of these feelings, if they resonate, if you're not getting the bookings or you're not getting many auditions right now, if you're having like a lot of self-esteem, like, am I good enough for this? Maybe you're having relationship issues because of lack of results or because of audition stress, because that affects things. Like if you're not feeling good about your own artistic ability and your own career, that's going to affect your spouse relationship. It'll affect your relationship with friends. It'll affect your relationship with family. Maybe you're having financial issues as a result of that too, where you're just not getting the bookings, but you're also not like it's a chicken and the egg or cart before the horse type situation. Again, you got to invest to get a return on that investment. So if you're trying to do as little as possible and you're not getting a return on nothing, well, how are you going to get a return on nothing? It doesn't make sense. And worst case, maybe you're feeling discouraged that you got to stay in your Joe job. If you've got some kind of soul sucking thing and you're working to escape that and work more full time in the industry that you love, feeling like the worst is feeling like you're giving up on your own dreams or on that fence. I've met actors who are like, I don't know if I'm cut out for this. So the idea of, do I really have what it takes? Am I cut out for this? Feeling frazzled and frustrated and defeated. And maybe you're even regretting the whole thing, feeling like, why did I waste all the money on film school and theater school? And I should have just listened to my dad and gone to law school. Or I should have taken the easier path instead of going this artistic way. That's what we can help you with. This is, we don't want to see you give up on those dreams. At some point when you get to your deathbed, you want to look back and be like, man, I took all the shots. I played my game. I loved the game that I played. I had fun playing the game, and I took maybe the road less traveled. I think there's a lot of people out there giving up on their dreams, maybe because it's too challenging, maybe because they don't believe in themselves, whatever the reason is. But we can help with that. So you can grab your membership. Marco says, we saw that. Marco says, it's $1, everyone. Nothing to lose, much to gain. And someone might say, oh, well, what about the dollar? I'll lose the dollar. No, if you join for $1 and after 30 days and after getting a free session, after being involved in our community, I'll give you the $1 back too. In fact, I'll give you 200% back. You can get enrolled for $1 and take advantage of everything that we have to offer for free for the 30 days. And if you don't like it, I'll send you $2 back. How about that?
There you go. You only have things to gain now.
Yeah. Or what'll happen is you'll be revitalized. Your auditions will be revitalized. Your audition process and systems will be revitalized. You'll join a community of people that are having fun auditioning. You'll get new feedback and new coaching and new energy. And all of a sudden you'll be off to the races with your next booking in TV and film.
Yeah.
That might happen too. Yeah. So the ball's in. Yeah. Go to laughingvikings.com/AAC and get enrolled for $1 for 30 days. And if you don't like it, we'll send the $1 back after you've got your free session too. So you're thinking, this is crazy. It's a crazy deal. Yeah, we're giving you everything for free. We're giving you an opportunity to come work with us, test drive our systems and processes, work with people like Brandon and Aaron and Cheryl and Monine and Sebastian and Gotham and myself. People who treat your auditions like their auditions. And at the end of that 30 days, if you're like, nah, I did not like any of those people and it was a horrible experience, you'll get your money back and double.
Yes.
You can really take advantage of that. If 1 million people join and refund, I might have an issue. Then I'll owe $2 million.
Yeah, they may become an issue later.
Let's have at it. Yeah. No, I stand by it, and I believe that. Fun fact, just to let people know, Actors Audition Club, we've been around for 6 years. So I've been helping people with auditions since 2017. And a couple years after that, we started bringing on other session directors. Brandon was one of the first ones back in 2019. Is that right? 2019 for you? 20. Yep. Yeah, you were mid-COVID, right?
It's actually my 3-year anniversary today.
For real? This actual day?
For this actual day.
Oh, that's heartwarming. And so what I was going to say is I was an actor and a stand-up comedian. And I worked in the industry for a long time. But when I started this, I hadn't run self-tape sessions. I hadn't coached people or directed people. So what I did, we built the entire membership in the business by me giving away sessions for free. I put cards in all the casting houses, advertised on social media. And I literally said to everyone, your first audition, I'll help you with your first tape for free. So that you can come experience it, see the difference, see how it feels to not have to worry about all this stuff or not have to stress out at home and bug your family and friends. And that entire first year, every time I met an actor, I would give them a card. Here, yeah, you need help with a self-tape? We'll do the first one for free. And was an irresistible offer. And I think the offer is still irresistible. For $1, you can get enrolled. It'll give you your first session free. And if you don't like it, I'll give you the $1 plus another $1 back. I got to go to the bank and get some toonies just in case. But yeah, I confidently feel we've done hundreds and thousands of auditions, and we've helped tons of people. Our hundreds of 5-star reviews are a great testament for that. So if you go to our Facebook page or to Google reviews, you can see those. And a bunch of them are on the page at laughingvikings.com/AAC. You'll see a bunch of testimonials, video and social media testimonials. We got an amazing community. And I don't take credit of that. I take credit, like the credit goes to all of our session directors and to the community of actors that we work with, because we work with an incredible bunch of people who are amazing artists, amazing comedians and actors. They have the vast majority of people that we work with have incredible attitudes and an incredible ability to play and to break down a scene and to really have fun. So really flattered and honored to have been a part of that. And the funny thing too is, maybe for you too, Brandon, after working with so many actors, I think now I've spent more time behind the camera than I have on camera, because in a week you might help, like you've in your biggest weeks, you've maybe done 20 or 30 sessions, versus in our personal biggest weeks, you might have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 auditions in a week and a real busy one. But we help so many people with auditions that we have a good eye for being behind the camera, and we know what casting's looking for and what production's looking for. And more importantly, we know how to speak to actors and direct you in a way that you can then immediately take action on. And that's not the easiest thing in the world to develop either, is how to communicate with someone. And if you know what I'm talking about, if you've had someone who isn't a trained actor or film professional give you directions and you're like, okay, that was thanks for the rant, but I don't know how to use any of that, or I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Right here. So not all directions are useful. So but we can help you with that. So great episode. I appreciate all of you guys. Make sure to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. This was episode number 151. We do one pretty much every week. Make sure to take advantage of that $1 trial at laughingvikings.com/AAC. And we will help you book that dream role in television, film, theater, motion cap, video games, voiceover, whatever you want. Whatever you want.
Yeah. And don't let yourself get into
the self-tape spiral of stress. I really like that. I like that. Yeah, get out of it. Don't stay in stress or spirals. They're not good places to be. There's no good spiral. And you never heard someone be like, yeah, I really spiraled out of control and it was great. Yeah. What's the opposite of a spiral?
Straight line.
An upward spiral. I guess an upward spiral is good, or straight to the top or something like that, you know?
Yeah, it's a straight line. Would
a
be
ladder to the sky.
A spiral.
A rocket ship to the sky. Yeah, that's what it is. The get out of this self-tape spiral of stress and take a rocket ship to the sky. We'll work on that one.
Okay.
We're just workshopping that.
Yeah, you get a focus group together.
Yeah, that's not the official. Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's just what it is just get out of the self-tape spiral of stress by joining Actors Audition Club. There you go. Keep it simple.
Exactly.
And thank you for telling me too. Congratulations to Brandon Knox. 3 years with Actors Audition Club. It's been amazing to have you here. Lots of fun. And amazing to see you grow as a person and as an actor and all the opportunities. This has been a huge year for you with theater bookings and television bookings and the intensive in New York. Like I can really see you up leveling, and it's no accident because I see your preparation and your commitment and your work ethic and your discipline and all of that has been up leveled over this last couple of years too. So you're only getting the things that you're reaping the rewards of your own work and your own commitment right now. Mm-hmm. So I think it's going to continue. You mentioned Shaw, Stratford, and Soulpepper. If I was a betting man, you're a horse that I would bet on.
Thank you.
100%.
It's gonna be a fun ride the next 90 days.
Yeah. And beyond.
And beyond.
All right, thanks everyone. We'll see you next week, and we'll see you inside the audition, and we'll see you inside Actors Audition Club.
Audition out.